Call JP Prabhu, please.
Vandeham Shri Guru Varam Rupanugapravaram Brajara Sarasikam Cha Narayanam Tam Prapadnam Panchakapatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namaha. I offer my pranams to my most beloved Gurudev, Nityalila Pravishta Om Vishnupada Stata Shishimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, and beg for his causeless mercy, and to our whole Rupa Nuga Guru Varga, to all of our seniors, Prabhupada disciples, and especially to our beloved Bhakti Siddhanti Maharaj. I pray that the glories of Gurudev will blossom in my heart and that I will be able to speak them like an unbroken stream, like a river, as they are, so many glories. And after hearing of Gurudev's glories for so many years, 20 years, 30 years, more and more that I've never heard continue to come out. So it's proof that they are unlimited, because there are so many. And yesterday, Siddhanti Maharaj was glorifying Gurudev so nicely. And I was thinking how there's so many different levels of Gurudev's glories. And he was saying how even his Gurudev and Srila Bhaktivedanta Vaman Maharaj and Srila Chibakam Maharaj and Srila Puri Maharaj and so many seniors would glorify Gurudev in so many ways, and they were so impressed with his character and his accomplishments of seva. And how Gurudev is from the transcendental realm, and the culture of Vrindavan, Goloka Vrindavan, is festivals. And so Gurudev was orchestrating non-stop festivals wherever he would go. And he would invite us to Braj Mandal Prikrama, and it was so important to him, and he was so excited that all the devotees would come, and he was so excited to bring us to all the places and to speak the glories and the pastimes of those places. And words cannot describe how Gurudev would relish the katha of these pastimes. And to behold that is our great fortune. He manifested so many mats, like hospitals, and in those mats, so many services, and his instructions, and his arrangement for everybody to be a part of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement was arranged there, and is still arranged. And we were just in Braj Mandal Prikrama this year, got to bring my whole family. Gurudev brought us, and we went to so many places, and there's so many mats, and Gurudev had rooms at so many places, and his pictures are there, and his glories are there, his books are there. And even though there's controversy between different groups and different mats, the similarity that everybody's sharing is that Gurudev is their inspiration, and everybody's inspired by Gurudev and trying to serve him and get to know him and try to develop these instructions that he came to give that are so high that it takes lifetimes. He reestablished so many holy places and ghats and inspired so many Brajvasis in different places to take care of those places and help them understand how dear they are and how important the service is to take care of those places. And so this time when we were there, we saw a lot of these places that were brought back to beauty from Gurudev's inspiration. He never discriminated, it's described, he's never discriminated between the disciples of the different acharyas. He always gave so much love and instruction and inspiration and encouragement to everyone. And especially Srila Prabhupada disciples, all of our parents. We saw as little kids when Gurudev came. Not only did their lives change, our lives changed so much because our parents were so enthused and they had like a new, just like a recharge plugging into the divine current. And so even as children we could see that. And Gurudev would give so much love to all of us, like a magician who incarnates himself and he can give attention to everybody. It was magical. Gurudev said, remember me and I will be there with you. So we always have this opportunity to remember Gurudev and to read his books, which he wrote so many, and he was he wrote and translated so many high literatures in Bengali, Hindi, and English, and he would say that if he hadn't done so, then some of this would be unavailable or lost to the future. So our debt to Gurudev is beyond what we can possibly repay. And he had so many specialities. He was so personable and so loving to everybody and so concerned with their welfare, and it was so amazing to see. Maharaj was describing how even Gurudev's chastisement was so beautiful, and we got to see on the morning walks, sometimes Gurudev would really lay it out on the morning walks. And just watching, just being an observer was more than we could hope for, because he's like the transcendental surgeon, and sometimes chastising one person, actually giving the instruction to another person. And Gurudev would engage everybody in seva, another one of his specialities, and we could see to put on a festival that there's so many different things that need to be done to have a beautiful festival, from beautifying the place, making garlands and boga preparations and the plays and writing the script, and each person in the play and the cooks and the boga runners and the pujaris and the listeners and the crowd, and just every aspect of the festival was different connections of service to ultimately Mahaprabhu's mission. And so Gurudev so expertly arranged and connected everybody to some special service that they felt mamata for, that was their service. And so we all got to be connected in so many various ways. So I'm forever grateful, and again begging for his mercy that I can realize his glories, and that he will appear in my heart, especially on this day, this glorious appearance day. You can appear in my heart and help clean the place up, because I need help with that.
So he's serving you or you serving him?
Like you're saying, the parents are serving the children so much, and even they're trying to teach them how to serve, and they're tolerating that they mess up so much, so they're trying to teach them how to serve, but by doing so, they're serving to create qualification in their children. So yes, Gurudeva has served us all so much, and we are so lucky. One last thing, how in so many years, Gurudev would tell so many people how important this new Braj project was. And he told many people, you should help, and wealthy people, you should give, and I want this place. And he so many times, for so many years, he would tell so many people this. And on the last year, Gurudev was telling many people this, and it sort of clicked for some of us that, wait, maybe Gurudev's talking to us, and he's not actually talking to some of them, because they live in so many places and we live here, and Gurudev's telling how important this place is. And so in 2010, Vrindavan Prabhu, our dear friend, he wanted to have a little meeting with some of us, and he was telling us how much we should do this and like take some responsibility. And the place had gone up for sale on the open market, Gurudev's Tirtha here, and so we were thinking how much pressure, like how important this is. And so and so many people helped in so many different ways, but at that time it was really needed that some legal transitions needed to happen. Anyway, so Gurudev inspired us, and so we put a lot into it. Anyway, I was gonna say how my dear friend Uddhava Prabhu, he did so much of the legal stuff. As you can see, I like to be out working in the field. And anyway, he established New Braj Incorporated, filed the paperwork. And so we get to be part of Gurudev's history. And that's very special. And his story, get to be part of Gurudev's story, and that's what really matters. So anyway, we couldn't have done it without Uddhava, and how much of the back paperwork and filing with the state and so many things like that. And together, so it was such a big team, so many seniors supported us, and so many came forward. Nandagopal Prabhu was always here, so many people always supporting, and now Gurudev's sending more people, and he always said, this is my center in the West. He said it would be, even though it already was. And he just so mercifully gave us so much mamata and engaged us in this service. So I pray that I can come to a better qualification to serve better. It's given an opportunity to serve so many devotees, and the best part is receiving Gurudev's partikars, like Siddhanti Maharaj and Ban Maharaj and so many who come. And Gurudev's glories are the gems that he passed into so many. Everybody has these gems that Gurudev gave, and especially his near and dear, those who he trained up so much, like Siddhanti Maharaj. We're so grateful that he's come. He's always reminding us of Gurudev's instructions, and like an older brother, he knows how to very expertly encourage us to become more serious. And so I'm thanking him and begging for his mercy, and again begging for the mercy of everybody here that I can become a real disciple of my Gurudev and clean out my heart and become qualified to really actually serve him nicely and be able to speak his glories like a river. So stop here. Dandavat pranams to all the devotees.
Thank you. Beautiful offering. So request Paramatma Prabhu, please come. Where is Uddhava?
Tasmai Shri Gurudeva Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Vistam Stapitam Bhutale Swayam Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravamacharya Visesa Srimad Tasatana Nama Radhika Priyatmane Shishima Bhaktivedanta Narayana Itinamane Shri Chaitanya Manovistam Stapitanya Bhutale Swami Bhutale Swami Lord Krishna Prema Sindhu Devan Jagat Pate Gopesha Gopikanta Radhikanta Namaste Taptikancha Gaurange Radhi Vrindavan Vishnu Vishabhana Stuta Devi Pranamani Prahari Priye Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. There was a few slokas from Guru Astaka I was thinking about today. One of them was Nikunjayuno Ratike Siddhai Ladali Bir Yutira Pekshaniya Tatakshi Daksha Dati Balabhasya Bande Guru Shi Chanana Vinam Yasha Prashada Bhagava Prashado Yasha Prashada Nagati Tatohi Dayam Stivam Tasya Yasachi Sangam Bande Guru Shi Chanana Bande Guru Shi Chanana Bande Guru Shi Chanana. I was thinking, I'm very fallen soul, but by Yasha Prashada, Bhagavan Prashada, by the mercy of Krishna, one gets Guru, and by the mercy of Guru, one gets Krishna. So, I started my spiritual journey. I was probably about 15 or 16 years old, and I had first I met Prabhupada through A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, to the Brahma Samhita. I heard him chanting the Brahma Samhita prayers. Chintamani Prakalana Sukha Praviksha. It was so beautiful, but the way he sang was so angelic. I could feel like, wow, this is nothing from this world. And then I met our Prabhupada, and I got to serve him. And he was in this mood. He was a Nrsimha guru. He was like a lion. Prabhupada was a lion, and Prabhupada looked at you. He looks right through your soul. He could see past, present, and future, just like Gurudeva. And I was thinking, wow, I can't hide anything. I'm just like, you're totally, when Prabhupada looked at you. And then in 1977, he was about to leave, and he asked Gurudeva, please come and help the all his disciples in Vrindavan. We actually heard that. I was in Hawaii at the time that I heard that, the Prabhupada had asked Narayan Maharaj to come and look after us, and we had heard that. I wasn't out there. And he compared us, because we were like monkeys jumping here and there, and jumping here and there for sanskrit, jumping for wives, jumping for so many things. But he was trying to train us, because we didn't know so much Vaishnava etiquette. We didn't know Vaishnava sadachar. So he wanted, what was our desire of our Srila Prabhupada? He wanted us all work together. If he said the war of the Gaudiya Math is over, Prabhupada was, he had like little children, so he didn't want them to wander here and there, just like someone wandered off to the Babaji. So he was very, like a mother was very careful. Don't go outside. Don't go out in the street, because we didn't have the proper discrimination. But at the end, Prabhupada wanted us to work together jointly. So he sent his representatives. He said, one of the contribution, usually the successor to the guru, he does the samadhi. So Prabhupada asked Shri Gurudev, please do the samadhi, my samadhi, because that also indicates who is the successor is. So he asked him. He didn't ask anybody else, but he wanted Gurudev there because he had a special relationship. They had a very thick relationship. And you know, with time going by, you know, I had met. Actually, there were like 3 prominent Vaishnavas that were in my life after the physical departure of Srila Prabhupada. First was Srila Maharaj, and Srila Maharaj, he taught anyone who taught us about Guru Tattva, that there's only one Guru that appears in infinite number of forms to teach you, me, and all others about Krishna, and also taught us wherever that divine current flows, wherever you see that divine current in your Guru, you can see your Guru there. You need to fall at that person's feet and surrender and render service. So, by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, I had contact with Srila Maharaj in 1987, and I stayed as moth for a few months. And there was a lot of mercy, a lot of special mercy. It was like a lot of gore. He got very much in the mood of Gaur Leela, but he was very sweet. He wasn't speaking a lot. And I didn't, actually at that time, I did go over to the Devananda Gaudiya Math. I think I did see Trivikram, and I see Vam Maharaj. I didn't know who they were at that time, but I had seen them. But then in '94, I had met Bhajamo Puri Maharaj, who was the other prominent guru in my life. There was 3. And I went to Vyas Puja. Somebody asked me, we have a godbrother of Prabhupada, and he's having his Vyas Puja. Do you want to go? And I said, sure. I was thinking, wow. I went to his Vyas Puja, and I realized, wow, Bhajamo Puri Maharaj, he has so much Vaishnava humility. And then again, I could see the same, I could see, here's Prabhupada again. He has appeared. The Guru has appeared in another form. And Krishna was kind enough to give me the eyes to see. For some reason, some people could, but in the Bhagavad Gita, it says the qualification of the Guru. I'm not saying I have any qualification, but the qualification to be able to approach the Guru is Tadvidi Paripatina, Paripashena Sevaya, Upadekshanti Te Jnanam, Jnanastapadarshana. So it has to be in the mood of submissive surrender and service. Actually, I did do a little service. Actually, I got, for some reason at that time, Badai Maharaj asked me, he said they needed someone to massage Bhajamo Puri Maharaj. And he said, and I said, well, I'm a massage therapist, I could do that. And I did it several times, I massaged him, but I could just feel, wow, Bhajamo Puri Maharaj has so much humility. Oh my. Just like he's such exalted personality. And then I went to Vrindavan in '94, and then I met Shri Gurudev then. And he was also so humble. He was so humble and sweet. He asked me, what is your name? And Tirthapada, he introduced me, and he said, I said, well, my name is Paramatma. I said, oh, Paramatma, you are my heart. Wow, he's such a sadhu. But at that point, I realized he was a sadhu, but I didn't realize the extent he was a sadhu, because he was saying, he was acting so humility. I'm just like a third-class Vaishnava. I'm so like, I think, he has there's something there. And then I had gone to the Chaitanya Math, and then I saw Gurudev and Bhajamo Puri Maharaj. They were glorifying each other, and they were speaking in Hindi. But Srila Prabhupada actually trained me enough verses. I knew enough verses from the Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita, and I knew what they were saying. They were saying, Sarvadharma Pritya, talking about different verses. And I said, but it's not just what they said, it's the mood, those feelings. I could feel these heartfelt feelings of love. I never experienced from two Vaishnavas before. I got to see Prabhupada, and I could feel that. But when I saw two Vaishnavas having this loving exchange, that wow, it's just like they're like a team. They're all together, but it was like it really melted my heart, because I realized, wow, these are not ordinary personalities. And when Gurudeva came to Badger, wasn't New Braj yet in '96, and some of the devotees were wondering if he should speak. And actually, Gopavinda Paul had the best answer to that. He said, "Oh, he will just speak for the weekend, and after that, nothing will change except our hearts." Gurudev changed our hearts. And when I saw him, I realized, wow, he's an exalted personality. He's not ordinary. This is not an ordinary personality. So I asked him, I said, Maharaj, could I possibly massage you? Because I'm, and he said, oh, I don't accept so much service like that. And I kept begging him. I said, well, Bhaktivinoda Puri Maharaj, let me. I'm such a fallen soul, please. And he did let me. Actually, several times I got the massager by myself, and I was thinking, I began to realize, I'm not just massaging just an ordinary person, because I know I'm not just massaging a regular sadhu. I could just feel, it's like, I'm a massager Manjari from Goloka Vrindavan. I could just feel wow. And Gurudev was so merciful. He's like, he opened his heart. Because I noticed other Vaishnavas, exalted Vaishnavas, they tried to conceal it. But Gurudev, he freely gave. He was so magnanimous. He gave that Manjari Bhav, that desire. He actually planted it in all our hearts. And I just realized he planted it. He was like, he's tricky like Krishna. It's like, I think Rajendranath actually wrote a letter once, and he said, if you want to enjoy society, friendship, and love, then don't go see the smiling face of Narayan Maharaj on the banks of Kashi Ghat, because he'll steal your heart. So he stole his heart.
He's speaking like Krishna, but taking the side of Radha.
Yeah. He stole his head, and said he put it in his pocket. Gurudev put our hearts in his pocket, and he wouldn't, he zipped it up, and he wouldn't ever give us back. So that's what Gurudev did, but Gurudev did quite a lot more than that, because he gave so much prema that we know what he always asked, what is your sadhana, the goal of life? What is your sadhana? Because we knew, oh yeah, Krishna prem, but what kind of Krishna prem? He said, do you want to go to Dwarka, or do you want to go? You want to go to Mathura? But he wanted us to go to Goloka Vrindavan, and where in Goloka Vrindavan to serve as a manjari, as a maidservant. And actually, our Prabhupada actually did give us that in his book. Said we're followers of Rupa Goswami. We're in the line of Rupa Nuga Vaishnavas. And the other thing is, like Gurudev, he tolerated so much, as Maharaj was saying. It's like, here's a resident of Goloka Vrindavan, Manjari, and I'm thinking I'm serving him, and I was thinking, I'm not serving him. I'm not doing anything. He's doing everything, and I feel it's all mercy. That's what I was just thinking about the last. Yasha Prashadam Bhagavad Prashad. Actually, it's the mercy of all these Vaishnavas. And it's also the mercy of Prabhupada. I could never have, you think I could really approach Gurudev Narayan? I could have went to India and got shelter? I don't think I could. And without the mercy. It's all by the mercy of Vaishnavas. So we should always pray for the mercy of Vaishnavas, that we can go deeper in our sadhana, that we can do our spiritual practices. Gurudev's, desire is he wanted us to develop new Braj. He wanted us to become a thriving community. He wanted to build these schools. This is what his desire. And, I'm begging and praying to the deaths of everybody, including Maharaj, please always come and stay in New Braj. And I'm also begging myself, don't leave. Stay in New Braj as much as you can. Come here and try to emanate the mood of what Gurudev wanted. Thank you very much.
Mamaji, Gurudev would always say, when you massage him, he would fall asleep. You're very expert. Also, whenever he massages, you fall asleep.
That's what I'm expert at. I pray that when that maybe my service was I'm being massaged. Gurudev in the spiritual world. Some lifetime of unfortunate.
Paramatma Prabhu asking me to come here again and again. Of course, if I get a good massage from you. You know why? I should not. He's my senior. But because he touched so many transcendental personalities, so maybe that infusion will come become something. By hearing his lecture, I recall one lecture Srila Gurudeva was speaking. A couple of devotees sitting. Gurudeva was on his chair. And he was describing, he's saying, you ever been Vrindavan Dham? Devotee said, yes, Gurudev. Yes, Maharaj. What is the heart of Vrindavan? So, some of them, they were saying this and that. Gurudev said, no. Seva Kunj is the heart of Vrindavan. And that's why I established my center in the heart of Vrindavan. Rup Sanatan Body Amrit Seva Kunj. And why Seva Kunj is the heart of Vrindavan? Gurudev said, you go and see there something very astonishing, which we don't see anywhere else. We see her enjoying that service. So she's master. Gurudev explained, in spiritual world, according to Tattva and Ras Vichar, they both are serving each other. Vrindavan is a Prem Bhumi, the land of Prem. There is no servant and master. Vrindavan, everyone is serving. Even Krishna is serving. Shri Vrindavan Dham is serving. Just like the most important pastime took place in Vrindavan is Ras Leela. Ras means ras. Ras means 4 ingredients make ras, especially in Ras Leela. What are 4 ingredients? There has to be one Nayak. Nayak means a hero. And the hero is Krishna. Then there has to be Naika, means a heroine. And who's that? Radharani. And then 3rd ingredient is assistants. Who are assisting Radha and Krishna? The gopis. And their manifestation of Radharani. The 4th most important ingredient, Gurudev said, the foundation, the Vrindavan Dham. If Vrindavan is not there, Ras cannot take place. Because these 3 ingredients were also present in Kurukshetra. Radharani is also there, Krishna is also there, gopis are there. And Krishna even proposed to Radharani, let's have Ras here. But what she said? Priya soham Krishna sahachari Kurukshetra militas tatham samradha tab umyam sangam sukham tatrapi antar kherla madhur murli pancham jushe mano me kalindi pulan vipanaya swaranti. My heart wants to go to the bank of Yamuna in Vrindavan Dham. Ras can only take place there. So how important is Shri Vrindavan Dham being one most important ingredient for Ras Leela to take place. And the heart of Vrindavan is Seva Kunj. Everyone there is serving. There is no enjoyer there. Krishna being enjoyer, but he is serving there. So he is serving Radharani, and what Radharani is doing? She is serving Krishna. Try to understand this. In spiritual world, giving is service and acceptance is also service. Why Radharani is accepting the service from Krishna? To please him. Not to enjoy, but to please him, because that makes Krishna more happy. And every activity of Radharani is to make Krishna happy. That's why she do sulky mood. She do man. Sometimes with cause, sometimes without cause. Rupa Goswami Pad is saying, Ahir evas gati swabhav kotila bhavet hetu ahetu yunam man uchyate. Sometimes with cause, sometimes without cause. Every other day, every other minute, Radharani is manifesting man. Why? Krishna is specifying Radharani. And why she is doing this? Because Krishna feels pleasure. To make him happy and please, she do this. She take the opposite side, means man. To make Krishna happy, she extend her feet. Okay, you want to massage my feet? Go ahead. No maryada there. Because the only purpose, the only aim, intent is to make Krishna happy. So if you want to make someone happy means you're serving Krishna. If Krishna is massaging Radharani, he's serving. And Radharani accepting that massage, she's serving Krishna. In spiritual world, acceptance is also service. Suppose, Srila Bharti Maharaj gave this example. If someone make a beautiful garland for you, took like 1 hour to string that garland. And if a person bring garland to offer to you and say, no, I don't like this. If you reject that, you're making that person feel sad. That means that's not a service. But you accept that garland or accept anything, that is called, you're pleasing that person. So that means you're serving that person. So in spiritual world, not only giving is service, but acceptance is also service. Srila Bharti Goswami Maharaj, on his appearance day, there were like 3 hours line of people standing to offer him Pushpanjali. 3 hours, 4 hours. Flowers, garlands, donations. And after that, when mic was given to him, he said, don't think I'm a fool sitting here and accepting all your offerings. I'm not that stupid, I'm not that fool. I'm here to accept all these offerings to serve all of you, to make you all happy. That's my service. And then he explained, acceptance is also service. Not only giving is service. So, I'm coming to the same point. When Gurudeva is allowing devotees to serve him, what he's doing? Guru serves disciple. To give opportunity to disciple to serve him. Because by serving him, what will his bhakti will grow. He get pure, he get bhakti will grow. So for the sake of the disciple, he extend his services. Okay, do this for me, do this for me, do this for me. So he's nourishing his disciple. That's the purpose. So when Prabhu, he served acharyas, and they're accepting their services, actually, they're blessing him, they're blessing us, giving opportunity to us. Seva is something which is not enforced or imposed on someone. Seva is something which we need to beg. We take seva in a very different way. Oh, why Gurudev is telling me this to do? Why only me? There are so many others. Why every time? Only me, only me. Whereas seva is something which we have to beg from them. Because they have their embodiment of seva. And we have to literally beg from them. Prabhu, Gurudev, Prabhu karo daya. Oh Gurudev, please, I'm begging you, give me one small little service. Because only service is the media I can get connected to Gurudev. Why Gurudev get glorified everywhere? Even by his Guru Maharaj, even by Srila Swami Maharaj Prabhupada, even my Guru Maharaj. Why? Because of his service, his seva, which was granted to him by his Param Gurudev. Gurudev asked for this, and he never ever said no. Seva is something which we have to beg. Not, oh, can you please do this shingar? Can you change outfit? Any volunteer come forward? No, Baba. As a community, we have to actually beg. Can I do this? Please give me. I want to do deity service. I want to cook here. We have to actually beg. We are so many here. Such a nice community here. All seniors. And associated with Gurudev, know everything. We have to actually make a chart here. Monday, I will take care of cooking. Tuesday, I will take care of cooking. Wednesday, I will take. Not everything on one person or two person or three. It has to be, we should beg for this service. How we can attain that service? How with speaking so high things. And we are hearing about Gurudev so much. What inspiration? What is the result of? What is the fruit of all this? To develop the service mood. Only with that service we get connected to Him. And moment we get connected to Him, we get connected to entire Guru Parampara. Only service, seva, nothing else. There's a wonderful community here. We should come forward and we should give our services to the center. Because one formula is Atm Indir Priti Vancha Tate Bole Kam, Krishna Indir Priti Vancha Dhare Prem Naam. If I am doing everything for my pleasure, that's not prem, that's selfishness. But any activity and endeavor for the service of Hari Guru Vaishnavas, especially deities here, installed by Shri Gurudev. That is Dhare Prem Naam. That is prem. If I want to cook for myself, that's for me. But if I'm here cooking for Krishna, I'm serving three together. Krishna, then offering is going to go Gurudev room, and then all the Vaishnavas will take that. So Hari Guru Vaishnav in just one seva. Even while Shingar, doing Shingar, we are serving Krishna, but Gurudev is also pleased. And all the devotees come for Mangal Aarti, evening Aarti, they also get pleased. Wow, what a beautiful Shingar. So, we should beg for service. Beg for service. Beg for service. Yes, Prabhu.
We're very eager to accept your service. Please come. Begging you.
We're begging you, yes.
Well, I have to
Begging,
think about
begging,
this.
begging. You can't imagine how you've uplifted this community by your time here. It's, Marsh, you served us so nicely.
Thank you for accepting my services. I need a break from this service.
We can't give that up, Maharaj. It'd be too difficult.
No, I want a break from this service. This is what we do everywhere. With so much enthusiasm, for 3 days, 1 week, I'm going to serve nicely. But then we need a break. In spiritual life, there is no break. There is no break. Manjaris, gopis, we are speaking about them. They never say we need a break. Srila Swami Maharaj, Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev, in this old age, giving up their most important place of residence, their heart and soul, Shri Vrindavan Dham. Where is the break in the service? From the beginning of their life until the last minute, how Srila Swami Maharaj, Prabhupada, giving purport of Bhagavatam. You see that video, the final lesson. He's giving purport of Srimad Bhagavatam. If I get headache, if I feel sick, I don't feel like even chanting. I have very severe headache, don't feel like chanting. And he is the point of leaving this world. And he's giving purport on Bhagavatam. Why? Seva. No break in seva. Similarly, Gurudev. Until his last breath, he was serving. So in seva, there is no break. We have to continue serve. Whatever qualification we have, We can sing, we can cook, we can do shingar, we can so many qualities. We have to come together, not as a volunteer. Is there any volunteers today for cleaning? No volunteers. We are not here for volunteering. We are here as a sevaka. There's difference between volunteer and sevak. Volunteer means I'm in a good mood, I want to do. If I'm not in a good mood, I'm out 1 month. That's volunteer. Krishna knows, Gurudev knows very well who is volunteer and who is sevak. Sevak means one who takes responsibility. No matter if I'm sick, no matter if I'm not in a good mood, I have to do this because I'm responsible for this. When mother is sick, she can't reject the child. Mothers can't say, oh, I'm headache, I can't feed you. I'm fever, I can't look after you. Because she's responsible, she look after whatever happens, whatever circumstance, she take care of the child. Similarly, seva is also, for that we have to develop that mother womb. No matter what happens, this is my seva. Srila Vaman Goswami Maharaj, he had fever 104 degrees and he was cooking. Param Gurudev told him to cook. I mean, we cannot do, they are Mahabhagavats, we cannot compare or we can't imitate them, yes. But at least when we are good, when we are not sick, in a good health, why can't we just give our services? Of course. Make a day. Monday is my day, Tuesday is my day, Wednesday is my day. And we have so many. If we take 1 day seva or 1 time seva, easy. In rotation, so easy. Hare Krishna.
Okay, Marshall, no break.
No break. I don't want any break. It's so nice hearing so many glories of Gurudev from so many wonderful Vaishnavas. But we need a break to make Krishna having receive arati and feed something in our stomach.
Pushpanjali.
And Pushpanjali to Gurudev. So we don't want to make him wait. But we have many other speakers, especially JP Prabhu in the evening. He's hiding, but I can see him. And we have devotees from LA, Shivanand Prabhu. Okay, I'm promising, I will not speak in the evening at all.
No.
If I speak, then I'll take so much time. So I will not speak. I'll ask devotees to speak because we have to make everyone speak by today. And also we're going to have tomorrow. So it's not Vyas Puja, it's just 1 day. We have tomorrow also Sunday. Luckily we have Sunday, so we'll continue. But I'll try my best to make speakers speak. But I can't resist. When I hear something, I get some inspiration. I try to connect this. But Gurudev said years back or in Mathura, Vrindavan. Hope you don't mind. And forgive me if I'm offending anyone. Hare Krishna.
If you want to call a couple more, it's okay.
Yes. You told,
Till 2.
I'm listening to boss. Boss told me 1:30. Otherwise boss will kick me out.
You're being very good, Maharaj.
Yeah, no, they told me 1:30, but whatever you guys want.
Okay?
Let's go till 2.
Is Darpa Prabhu here? Darpa Prabhu? No? Okay. Then we have Manju Tithi.
Maybe I think Shivananda Prabhu and Krishnamaya will have to leave and we won't be
Maybe today?
they won't be on the evening.
You won't be here in the evening?
We haven't decided yet, because we're not spending the night.
Oh,
They won't be here
please
in the
come
evening.
here.
Then you should speak.
Please come here quickly. I thought you were going to stay at the
No, we may, we just,
No, you have to stay. But please come here.
I have a
Slideshow
slideshow presentation.
For the evening?
Well, for now.
Okay. Go
Let's
ahead.
do it.
And Shivanand Prabhu, please come.
Here he is.
Papa, please sit down. She's going to show one.
He can go. No problem.
He called you. Oh, you see?
I know.
I don't know if it'll reach. You're good.
Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pacharne Nivashesha Sunyavani Ashtachara Deshatarne Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Shri Shrimad Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Iti Namane Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Patakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Scha Shri Rupam Sarvajatam Sahaganath Raghunath Panditam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sadvahutam Vijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahaganath Lalita Shri Vishaka Tamscha. Offer my unlimited Dandavats, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev, Santi Maharaj, and all the devotees. Can possibly say a few words by everybody's grace. Srila Gurudev gave what no one else has given. He gave Radha Dasyam. He implanted the conception of Radha Dasyam in our hearts, something that that we were not really aware of. Serving Srila Prabhupada, we were not really one-pointed in our devotion, but Srila Gurudev came and explained to us about being one-pointed. So, Srila Gurudev's glory is that he's part of the whole Guru Parampara. And he wanted on these special days to, for us to acknowledge that, we're actually glorifying the whole Guru Parampara when we're glorifying Gurudev and Srila Prabhupada. So, I can't really but Srila Gurudev is very, very serious about helping us. Srila Prabhupada asked him to help his disciples, help us, and Srila Gurudev is very, very serious about that. And his help is always there. They're very more accessible. We can ask for their mercy, for their blessings, and that's all they want to do. They want to give us their blessings. They want us to perform our sadhana and become purified, and that way they can establish these conceptions in our heart. But we all know it takes a long time. So I don't really have too much to say other than I don't know who could have done what Srila Gurudev did. Established Radha Dasyam. That is certainly a very, very monumentous achievement, and no one else has done that. So we're forever fallen at the lotus feet of Srila Gurudev for that, and we can only pray that we can stay connected with him through service. Thank you very much.
Krishna Mai Didi? Where is Krishna?
She was here.
Then Shivanand Prabhu can. I heard you're leaving.
No, we'll be okay.
You're going to stay tonight?
Yeah, not all night, but we'll stay to the end. Krishna Maya is a nice presentation. I
Yes,
don't know if
we
she
can
wants
see
to
that
go
and
or
then
not.
we can conclude.
She doesn't want to do?
She's getting ready. Maybe you should speak until she comes back.
But then it'll be after 2.
Sheila should go first.
Alrighty. Hare Krishna.
Make extension.
She'll be next.
Okay.
Oh, she's here. I'm waiting for you. Okay, she will be.
Hare Krishna. It's good. She has a nice thing. Look for digestion. Start. Radhikaya Priyam. Vade Guru Chandaya Radhikaya Tirare. Krishnaya Krishna Bhakti. Tar Bhaktaya Namo Namo. Krishna Vastaya Bhutale. Sachidananda Namane Guru Shakti Supa. Anubhavayate. Gurudeva Bhagavas Hamni Stay Sashnapi. Vaishnava Sabhu. Shijaramutara. Pranamami Sada Prabhupada. Madhurupa Sanatana Raghuyo Shijeva Gopal. Well, here we are again. And so, I had a big preparation for the first time. I was actually prepared. And then guess what? Srila Sanatana Maharaj. Everything that I wanted to talk about, he had already talked about. And of course, the big topic, our beloved Holy Master Srila Gurudeva. And what is the problem? Because let's face it, whenever you're in the association, maybe this might be for you guys so much, but for me and Krishna, big problem. Because we may think we're prepared, and then we come in, and we see our family, and we become overwhelmed simply by being with family. I don't have to say, each and every one of you have been our family, have been so supportive. And there is some Tata and there's some Ras. How is it that we're family? We're family because Braj Prabhu, Braj Maharaj, and his and his green carpet has nothing to do with the clothes you put on. His green carpet with a picture of Srila Gurudeva and Gurudeva's shoes. Uh-oh. Big problem. The Tosis. All those, how many Tosis he had? Golly, where is all this bhakti coming from? And then we have our pointing Guru who said, hey, I never do this. But I got to tell you, she told us about Srila Gurudeva. And of course, Madhu, Kamal grew up with him. Nityananda holding the feet of Gurudeva. Nityananda. Amazing. So, what happens? Every time we look, we see Champa, Pran, Gurudeva, crying, weeping. Pran and Champa's house, just tears and tears and tears. Saying things like, Napariham, I cannot repay. Your wife, what did he say? She sold her jewelry so that I could come. And of course, we also consider like Nanda Maharaj. So, how do you prepare? You want to glorify Gurudeva, and then what am I going to do? Jump over those lotus feet, the dust, the foot dust of Gurudeva. Impossible. How can we do so in the right mind? I'm not a scholar. Everyone knows that. I don't even have to say that. So we have a very beautiful talking head. Very beautiful way of making all the things we have on the list checked off. Okay, cool. I'm not going to say that. But I do want to say one thing. One thing. Looking at the clock. Please help me, Gurudev. I want to say just one. I have now only one point. This word "my." Everyone has used it. Not one person here who spoke did not say "my." And not only did they say "my" one time, they may have said "my" 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. In association of who is the object of their "my"? The object of their "my" is, he said it, I counted at least 20 times. Mamata. He said this word. I got to think, okay, well look, here is the secret here. Okay, now, if you could somehow or another, because let's face it, some of the things that really move us the most are those things where a person is saying, oh, this is some relationship of seeming seva that I had for Gurudeva, and this is helping us to also develop our desire for Krishna Seva Vasana, Guru Seva Vasana, when we hear. And then we think, okay, what am I the most proud of? What am I in this lifetime the most proud of? Of myself. I'm selfish. What's the most proud thing? The most proud thing? I was Gurudev's guard. There were many people that did that seva. I remember running up one time, I'm coming, he said, he said, Shivananda, come here and take this hellish service. Sit down. That's the day my clothes got lost. I had one pair of clothes for the entire Navadvipa. 7 days, one t-shirt, one donut.
He's not the biggest Prabhu.
And why? Why Gurudev? Why pride? Why Gurudev? Put them together. Why? Because Gurudev wanted me, somehow or another, this fallen person. I was going to say that name, but no. This fallen person, what? Because way back in the day, way back, the devotees were kind. 1967, devotees kind. Prabhupada kind, 1968. And for so many years, longing with a desire for mamata. How can I connect with these otherworldly people dancing in sandals and maybe this will not happen for me, because I can understand them. Even after coming, how could I understand? But then Gurudev, simply by his presence in Oceanside, that first darshan, now I understand. Now I understand. I'm an orphan, homeless person. I need someone to call my own. How many people have I called my own? Oh, I've got a couple wives. I've got 2 kids. We call home. How many homes have we had? I've rented so many houses. How many cars? How many things have we called mine? But those mines, they all seem to disappear. Throughout our lives. How much money have we said, my money? Oh, it's gone now. Anything that I've ever called mine, I know it will have an end. Therefore, lost orphan. But Gurudev, very tricky. He said, no, if I tell him to stand by my door, one pastime, only one funny pastime of Gurudev's, okay, to show you how Gurudev is so funny. So, I think it was 2001, he was restoring many of the places. I never told this before. He was restoring many of the places of the kunds. And he went to some places and spoke, and he said, oh, who's really Vrajvasi? Just because you're living in Vrindavan doesn't mean you mean Vrajvasi. You have to have the mood of the Vrajvasi. He would say things. And then one time he said, oh, if you want to restore, they would complain about the politics and the socialists and the capitals, the different people that were controlling the sadhus and throwing them in jail and things. And he said, oh, but if you really want to help Vrindavan, plant trees. Can you believe it? He said, plant trees. And they go to the kunds, restoring. And they had this one, we went to Manasiganga, and they had this one thing, they called it a machine. It was filled with all kind of beautiful jewels. The car is coming, we're going to walk there, and we're going there. And then Gurudev said, as we got to the bank of Manasiganga, he said, oh, do you know why I asked you to come? I said, oh, no, but, you're my Gurudev. I'm just, I've only known you like a year, so I'm following you here in Vrindavan. I've known you a couple years. So, oh, I heard you were a diver. I heard you were a diver. He said, get in that boat. So I get in the boat. Gurudev is in one boat. I'm in another boat, and they take us out to the middle of Manasiganga. Hey, you ready? I wasn't ready. Hey, take off your dhoti. You gotta dive. So here I am. Really good. Hey. So here I am. I take off my shirt. I take off my dhoti, right? And then all of a sudden, the television camera that's filming. I just start cracking. Don't worry, Prabhu. We're gonna just put it down like this. I'm standing on national television in my underwear. It was just cracking. Mama, yeah, that's my Gurudev. So anyway, this is Gurudev's mercy. Know how to make us laugh, huh? And of course the glories we're hearing. But me think, stand at my door. I want you to be like Hanuman, always at my door. And then 2 or 3 days later, hey, if you're letting anybody in, everybody's coming in. Why are you standing there? Get out! Then, next day, no, hey, let everybody in. Why are you checking people? Constantly keeping me. And what? I don't speak any of these languages. All these people come. I know who's who. Even he would come. I know who's who. Of course, Dvija Krishna Prabhu, if there's any doubt, I'd say, hey, Dvija Krishna Prabhu, there's a really wonderful boy. I think it's a brahmachari. He's a saffron. He's like, whoa. Yeah, let him in. Did we get your name before? You would say you and your partner. Working. I wanted Krishna Maya. I bought a special book for you. Just a touch. Last day of Gurudev's, what did he give? This book, Braj Bhagavatamrita. You mentioned that. Check off my list. So, be brief. 2 more minutes. I have to say one thing, and it may, I don't know how you'll accept it. Here, in our understanding, from what we've seen over these 20 years or so, 22, 23 years becoming, for us, New Braj means place of bhajan. It means place of sadhan bhajan. It means that place where you are physically even with every atom of Gurudev, and you're doing exactly perfectly the goal of what any jiva in the entire universe can do. Sitting down every morning, every evening, every afternoon. You're deeply diving, using your voice, your energy, your prana, using every pore in your body, every cell to sing with the mood of those authors of those songs under the direct guidance of our beloved Holy Master. This is, to us, this is perfection. Unfortunately, we don't do that. We don't do. One day we may move up here and be able to do, but I'm going to tell you truthfully, not to glorify us, but to think how we are in support of what you're doing. We are distributing books every day. Every day. Krishna Maya just mailed out some 150 pounds of books. Just 3 days ago. 150, 200 pounds. Boxes, 50, 60 pound boxes. Nice. We have a shipment going to the Philippines. How is it possible? We are under the guidance of the Universal Coordinator for Santi. You know, she really has secret arms and maybe 3 or 4 different heads and I don't know how many computers she's doing. We have a post office. I go out every day. And the only thing that I think that is connecting is that if by chance, by Gurudev's mercy, someone can receive and look and develop the greed based upon this is Gurudev's books, this is Gurudev's mood in print. Oh my Prabhu, you are not a book, you are Gurudev himself. Then where will I take them when they ask? Where can I go to see people who are actually practicing? Where can I go to see these wonderful people I hear about in the morning walk? Where can I go to experience some love, to find some home, to feel like they have some mamata to me, because I see this is also an opportunity for me also to go back home. I want to say, hey, come here. This is where our family, this is where our friends. This is where we are getting our inspiration from, and you will too. Hey, go to GVO. Go see Her Grace, Srimati Shamarani. Go Swami, Guru Mata Tithi. She got a new name. Guru Mata. I particularly don't like that name that much. But some Sanskrit scholar in ISKCON said, hey, this is the formal way that you should be called. And, you know, she's all about, okay. I like Guru Rani Ji. But the point is, without you, without being able to point to a place where people could go to see what the fruit of this philosophy in this lifetime, to see the type of life and the type of consciousness that they can develop over some years, starting with simply receiving a book from our beloved Holy Master. Not from me, they're receiving it from Gurudev. So, I kind of see this like, you guys are the center. You girls are the center. You bhaktis are the center by which we are tethered and we are orbiting. We have 2 places of orbit now. One Miami and one here. And we're simply orbiting, but we are tethered and tied so not to be out of orbit, not to go so far, not that there be some break and all of a sudden we're off on our own, not under guidance and not under the auspicious glance of each and every one of you here. And in that way, that current coming from Gurudev, through you, tying us to the book, then, okay, I don't feel so bad. Don't feel quite so bad that I didn't rise at 4:30 or whatever time and chant among, we do so what we can. But I feel good that that energy is connected through this book distribution through this book distribution. What is that distribution? It is Gurudev. It is his moods. It is his form. It can be there. But then there is a need for someone like this. Gurudev said, last thing I'm going to say, he said, everything is in the books, everything is in the books. Remember, we were in East Coast, that festival over there, cabins. I can't remember, Vermont or somewhere like that. And then Gurudev said, yes, everything is in the books, someone, everything is in the books, everything is in the books. Gurudev reached out and grabbed that person by the ear and he said, yes, but the books can't do this, and twisted it. So we need some twisting, as you did earlier. Big twist. We need that. You see? We need, all of us need. So sometimes we're all humble and nice and this and that, but really, truly, we need some twisting, and this is what the sadhus, this is what the seva, this is what our true well-wishers do. And that is what we ask of you guys, that you also keep us in check, keep us. Make sure you haven't heard from us, you haven't gotten such and such. You know? Hey, what's going on here? We need that. We need that. Otherwise, I tell you, the mind will just take us to the ends of the earth and throw us off without you. So, just please forgive, I didn't glorify Gurudev properly. It was all something else, but what best I could do.
All right.
So,
You want me to do tonight?
Are you gonna stay?
Shiva, are we staying?
We're staying until like 9, 8, yeah.
yeah, we can.
Okay, then I'll do mine tonight because
If you
it's
stay till
going.
9, you may as well.
It was also
It's
going
a
to be.
slide.
Okay, Aarti then.
Everyone come.
Gurudev Aarti.
Gurudev Maharaj ki